All right. What up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We're looking at VIX. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a VIX and S&P 500 futures update. We're actually going to dive into the VIX futures as well, and also the volatility of the volatility index, the VVIX. Okay, so going to be some very, very important information in this video we're going to go over, as well as some key levels that you need to watch out for. The market is about to get shaken up. You need to be prepared for it. The market is going to go crazy over the next few weeks. Okay. So what I want to really show you guys looking at the VIX right now is it's been respecting a couple wedge patterns. Okay, so here was our first rising wedge. Now, a rising wedge is a bearish pattern that'll lead to the downside. Okay, we see that that played out very nicely over there. What we have here is a descending wedge, which would imply that the VIX would skyrocket back up. Okay. If the VIX goes up, you can expect to see stocks in the S&P 500 go down. Okay. So we really need to be prepared for that. But this isn't showing us accurate data right at the time because it's only showing what we closed at previously. Okay, so that's why we're going to look at the VVIX and forward slash VX, the VIX futures. Okay, we're going to take a look at those on this Sunday night so that we can get a true game plan for where the market is going to be opening up and what levels to watch out for. Okay, so we do have this pattern here we need to be very, very cautious of, but look at these two big juicy gaps down below. Okay, massive gap up on this candle right here. Okay, and we haven't filled it yet, right? We've come down, we tried to fill it over in this area. The market will rage. I'm talking about go absolutely ballistic if we fill these gaps to the bottom. Okay, you can expect stocks to be running very hard, right? We have so many catalysts coming up. We have CPI and PPI coming this week. If those numbers come in really low, right? And inflation seems to really be, falling, which is what they have been suggesting ever since the last CPI report came out. Then that's going to be very big news, and that could propel the market to go down, or VIX to go down, and the market to go up. Okay, so but if inflation comes in hot, right, and let's say they don't seem to have a control on inflation, that could cause this pattern to play out and send VIX much higher, okay, which would bring stocks down. If we look at forward slash VX, okay, this is the VIX futures, and this is going to show you guys, okay, we just gapped up, all right, so we have the same pattern in there, okay, but look how much bigger this gap down is on on forward slash VX versus just the regular VX VIX, okay, huge gap down to fill right there, all right. This is like a $3 candle, okay, from like 20 up to 23 almost, right? This entire area is a big magnet for the VIX, okay? Now, VIX loves to tease, all right? And as you see, it's teased a couple times, come up, teased a couple times, right? And we're teasing again right now. But again, we have this pattern here, okay? So we know that we potentially could be seeing a sharp rise in the VIX due to that pattern, okay? But we also know that the market could be getting ready to go ballistic if it wants to fill those gaps down. All right. So if you look at the futures for the S&P 500, they gapped up this morning, right? So, or not this morning, but this afternoon when the market opened. And that's what this candle is right here. You see how we have this gap down and we come and gap down, created this nice blue box right here. We've already filled it. Okay. So VIX has already came and filled it. And look at the VIX futures. We're opening up above that trend line. Okay. So you need to be very cautious because again, that pattern is a very clean pattern that could take us much higher on the VIX, on the volatility index, right? If we look at VVIX, okay, VVIX, we have the same thing kind of setting up here. Okay, we actually have a gap up to fill. Okay, we haven't gotten any data yet because the market's been closed on Monday. Okay, we're going to see where this is trading at. Most likely, based on the VIX futures, it seems like it's creeping up, trying to fill this gap. Okay, so we're seeing signs of VIX wanting to rise. Okay, if we pull up the futures now, right, and we'll do that. And we're taking a look at it on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so I want to highlight, all right, real quick. We are going to zoom out and go to a weekly chart and maybe a daily chart. But look at this bearish channel. Okay, we've had this very clean bearish channel, right? And right here at the midway zone was a very nice rejection. Okay, but we came back down, retested it, and blew past it, went to the top of the bearish channel. Okay, and look at exactly where we gapped up to. gapped up clean over that trend line. Okay, so we just established where that trend line is, where it came from. It's that big bearish channel, created a very big gap up to fill. Okay, and right now we're in a supply zone. Okay, that's what these boxes are. These are going to be areas of interest as a trader where I'm looking to come in and make trades. I don't want to trade in here. This is no man's land. Okay, I want to take positions here, okay, to ride the move up to here, and we want to take positions here to ride the move up to here, or to catch the move back to these levels. Okay, so it's at a really, really key level for me right now, and we want to see, are we going to consolidate and hold this level, right? Because currently it's a supply zone where we're looking for a supply imbalance to step in the market and drive the price lower. Okay, but if buyers come in and enough demand is present, this could turn into a demand zone and thrust us much higher into this supply zone. Okay, so a lot of people in the Discord have been looking for 410 on SPY. Okay. And look at where we are right here. Look at where we gapped up to 4,100 on the futures. Okay. That's about 410 on SPY. So really, really important stuff. The next thing I want to highlight, okay, now we'll zoom out a little bit and we're going to go to our volume profile. And that's going to be all of this information over here. Okay. This is going to be very, very, very critical stuff. These blue lines over here. What I'm going to do is actually zoom it in just a little bit more so it's even clearer for everyone. Okay. I want you to understand that the market moves from high volume nodes to high volume nodes. Okay. Being things like these. Okay. See how these are high volume nodes? These are high volume nodes up here. Look at where we're at right now. We're right here, or we previously came up here in this dead zone, okay? And then we pulled back, all right, all the way down to here, which is high demand, okay? High volume nodes, all right? We're coming up and we're currently right here. Okay. So the market moved up to this area and there's lots and lots of volume. Okay. It's very evident that there's tons of volume between 4,200 and basically, let's just call it 4085. Okay. So we're going to see what is going to happen, right? Are we going to have the volume step in and drive the price higher? Okay. Or are we going to see a very big pivot back to the downside? Okay. Because the price is going to move quickly through these areas here, right? On the chart from here to here, the price is going to move very quickly. All right. So we're going to see a sharp move to the downside, or we're going to see a sharp move to the upside to, above 4,200 or 4,200 area. Those are, going to be our next high volume nodes right there. Okay. And above there, that's when we can head to 4,400. So we're really going to see, is the CPI data going to be enough to propel us up more? Okay. Or is it going to be potentially a negative catalyst to drive us back down to these previous levels that we were trading at before? Okay. If we zoom in some more right here, okay, and go ahead and take a look. Let me see real quick. This is our channel that I was speaking of, okay, that we broke out of, right? We've been trading in this channel currently, and look how clean of a breakout it is, right? We just gapped up over the trend line completely, and we're sitting right here in the small supply zone. Okay, so we need to be very cautious for our next moves. I definitely recommend sitting out this week if you are, a little bit inexperienced or not going to be prepared for this volatility, because I expect to see some very huge swings this week. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned a little bit about the VIX, the volatility index. Maybe you learned a little bit about some chart patterns, right? Maybe you started to understand the volume profile, right? That's teaching us volume by price. If so, I would appreciate it if you guys would leave a like, go ahead and comment on the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, I do viewer requests every week, so if you have your own request for a stock or a cryptocurrency or maybe a strategy that you would like me to chart up for you, make sure to let me know in the comments below.